Welcome to this week's virtual Drasha. This week we have the incredible privilege to read Parshas Vayishlach, and we read of the fateful encounter between Yaakov and Esav, brothers who have been separated for more than 2 decades. Again, parted ways, not under the best of circumstances, and Yaakov Avinu feeling the anxiety. What is this reunion going to be like? Is Esav harboring animosity, nurturing a grudge, or is all forgotten and forgiven? And the Torah records an incredible episode. The night before this encounter, the Torah says, "Vayivaser Yaakov levado, vayeavek ish imo adalos hashachar." Yaakov Avinu was left alone, and he engaged with the struggle with this mysterious ish, this mysterious man, until the morning. And Rashi HaKadosh points out that the ish was none other than the ministering angel, the Saro Shel Esav, the ministering angel of Esav, and they're locked in a fierce battle until dawn. But Rashi is bothered by a more fundamental question. Vayivaser Yaakov levado. Why was Yaakov Avinu alone? Yaakov Avinu is traveling Baruch Hashem with a whole family, with extended mishpacha, with servants, with flocks, with wine. He has everything. Why is Yaakov Avinu alone? And Rashi HaKadosh says, Shachach pachim kitanim. He had forgotten small utensils, small jugs, v'chazra aleihim, and he went back to retrieve them. So Torah is seemingly telling us Yaakov Avinu crossed his family across the river, and again, after everybody got safely across, he says, "Oh, I forgot my Tupperware, right? I forgot the small utensils. I'm going to go back and get them." And the question is obvious. First of all, why is Yaakov Avinu going back for Pachim Kitanim? Yaakov Avinu at this point in time had amassed, Baruch Hashem, a significant amount of wealth. So he left behind small utensils. Let it go. Let it go. It's not a substantive loss. It's not significant. It's not substantial. It's not going to move the needle on Yaakov Avinu's net worth. You have so much other stuff going on. You're traveling with your entire family, bringing them back into Eretz Yisrael. Esav is on his way with 400 men. Leave it alone. And the Chidush Yarim, the Ger Rebbe, says something so beautiful. He says, because Yaakov, so why does Yaakov Avinu go back? Why does he go back for the small utensils? Mipnei shekal davar shenasna li adam min hashamayim. The Chidush and the Ger Rebbe says something so beautiful. He explains, because Yaakov Avinu understood that everything you get from HaKadosh Baruch Hu is a gift. Every single thing we have, big or small, is a gift from the Ribono Shel Olam. You know, when you get a gift from someone who you love, the actual value of that gift is quite insignificant. Our children give us, a person is privileged to have children, and your child gives you a card, a Mother's Day card, a Father's Day card, a birthday card, or makes a project in school and brings home and gives it to you. You look at the object, objectively, it's junk. Objectively, the value is a big zero. But yet for you, it's so meaningful. For you, it's so impactful. For you, it's worth more than anything in the world because someone who you love and someone who loves you gave it to you. Says the Chidush Yarim, that's how Yaakov Avinu felt about his Gashmius. That's how he felt about his material wealth. That he understood that anything and everything he had, from the most expensive item to the most insignificant item, was all a gift from the Ribono Shel Olam. And if it's a gift from Hashem, then it has to be guarded carefully. If it's a gift from Hashem, then it has to be watched over. If it's a gift from Hashem, then if I forgot it, I have to go back for it. And the Chidushim is teaching us such an incredible lesson about how we should relate to our material possessions. You know, in Halacha, there's a concept of Bal Tashchis, of not being wasteful. So why shouldn't a person be wasteful? It's my money, it's my food, it's my stuff, I can do with it what I want. Maybe even if that's true, which it's probably not true because everything belongs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but even if you want to argue that it is yours, it's a gift from your Father. It's a gift from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Be careful how you use it. Do we ever take a moment to stop and to look around at all the things we have in life? From big to little, my home, my car, my clothing, all my material possessions, from the most expensive to the most insignificant. From your most expensive item to your Tupperware. And to recognize that, wow, each and every one of these items is a gift from the Ribono Shel Olam. Look how much Hashem loves me. I have a house, and I have a frying pan, right? I have clothing and I have Tupperware. I have so much. And each of those items, each of them independently, is a gift from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You know, sometimes we wonder how HaKadosh Baruch Hu feels about us. Does he really love us? Does he really care about us? Look at all the things I have. Okay, so maybe I don't have everything I want. I don't have every single possession I desire. But look at the things I do have. And to recognize that each of those items, from big to small, are all a gift from the Ribono Shel Olam. But the Chidush Harim adds in one more piece. He says, it's not just true of my material possessions, meaning, just as my material possessions are a gift from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so too says the Chidush Harim, the Ger Rebbe, Kal v'chomer lema'alos utchunos tovos sha'adam muchunon bahen min hashamayim. The Rebbe says, you know what else is true? All of the kochos, all of the abilities, the skills, and the talents that I possess are also gifts from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is an incredible idea. It's not only my material possessions that are a gift from God, but it's my spiritual, emotional, intellectual gifts or things that are gifts from HaKadosh Baruch Hu as well. Everything I have and everything I am is a gift from Hashem. You know, we all have specific skills. We all have specific abilities. Where do those come from? Okay, genetics, DNA, nurture, nature. They're from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So you have a particular skill, you're good at something in particular, you have a particular koach, a particular midah, that's from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's a gift. My gashmius, my materialism is a gift, and ultimately, again, my tchunos hanefesh, my skills, abilities, dispositions, again, intellectual, cognitive, spiritual, emotional strengths, those are all from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But there's one more piece, says the Chidush Harim, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us all of these gifts, and there's only one thing He asks of us, which is to not only use them for ourselves, but to use them somehow to better the world around us, to somehow contribute and to make the world a little bit of a better place. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives me the gift of material wealth. What am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? Okay, give tzedakah. Of course I'm going to do this, but how am I going to give tzedakah? What am I going to give to? How am I going to advance the agenda of my community, of my people? How could I affect transformative realities through my hisnadvus, through my generosity? But maybe a person can't affect change through their money, right? You need a lot of money to be able to affect change. Maybe I don't have that level of gashmias. What do I have? What about my skills? What about my abilities? What about my kochos? HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave me these things. So I have a skill, whatever the skill might be. How do I take that skill and use it to impact others? How do I take that skill and use it to make the world just a little bit better? How do I take that inner strength and use it to bring a little bit more light to a world that is sometimes so very dark? This was the lesson of Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov went back for the pachim kitanim, for the small utensils, because he realized that they were a gift from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And when someone you love gives you something, you treasure it with all of your heart. Yaakov Avinu teaches us how to relate to our physical possessions. Be careful with your wealth. Be careful with your material goods. Appreciate what you have, because recognize that they are a gift from God on high, from the Ribono Shel Olam. But it's not just our material wealth. It's the things we have emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, cognitively. It's the midos, it's the skills we have. Are those gifts from HaKadosh Baruch Hu as well? Thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for those gifts. And more importantly, figure out how to use them to affect positive change all around you. Wishing everyone a good Erev Shabbos and a beautiful Shabbos Kodesh.